Hello everyone, my name is Kent Toussaint, licensed marriage and family therapist, and welcome to Tips on Teens, where every Wednesday at noon I come to you live on Facebook to answer your parenting questions. We're going to jump right into today's questions. It's a really good one. Here we go. I read this article about a fight at a Little League baseball game from the parents when a 13-year-old umpire called a play wrong. The link is below. It reminds me of my husband and how he acts at my son's basketball games. He gets so angry at the players, the refs, and our kids during the game. My sons and I are embarrassed that they don't want to continue, but they are afraid of quitting because it will anger their father. My husband is a good man, and he'd never hit or harm our kids, and he loves them dearly. I think my kids would continue and have fun at basketball if my husband was not there or just wasn't so angry. How do I help him do this? So I love this question. This kind of thing comes up a lot. I'm glad it's being asked. Let's address it first with trying to understand where this dad is coming from. Obviously, I don't know him, so I'm going to do some speculation. But from two standpoints, I want to address this. Number one is he clearly has a passion for the game. And secondly, he loves his sons. So first, let's talk about the passion for the game, right? As a sports fan myself, I can understand yelling and screaming at a sporting event. Those of you who are not sports fans, watching a sports fan yell at a TV looks insane. And I get that. But there's a certain satisfaction at yelling at the TV and saying, "Play some defense, LeBron!" And just, screaming and yelling four-letter words, and it's great fun. Because number one, the TV doesn't care, right? And even if LeBron James could hear me, screaming at him, he couldn't care less either, what I say, right? But my sons, well, they're going to care if I'm yelling at them while they're playing sports or if they're with me watching a sporting event. Once I became a father and once I started watching sports with my kids, I had to curb that and make sure that if I did cheer the TV or yell at the TV, I had to know that what I was saying was setting a positive example for my kids. Just like before you had kids, you may have sworn up and down, left and right, and said a lot of four-letter words. Once you had kids, you cut that down quite a bit. And that's pretty common with a lot of parents. I'm wondering if this dad is struggling to make that transition. Number two, as it says here, what this mom says, he loves his sons. So when they're playing basketball and there's a bad call, or he feels the coach isn't doing the right thing, or he feels something is unfair, he feels he's got to go and defend his sons. And he probably has the best of intentions. The problem is he's becoming part of the problem. My guess is he doesn't even realize he's doing it. He gets so locked into the passion of the moment, he's not realizing that his example is setting a poor example for his sons, and also it's putting so much pressure on them that they don't want to continue. And so when they drag their feet to go to practice, go to games, my hunch is this dad is probably at a loss. Like, why? Why wouldn't they want to play? He doesn't understand. So I think it's really important to find a way to connect to this dad, his empathy for his sons, and help him understand their point of view. Now, your sons may not be able to do that because they're afraid of their dad for whatever reason. Hopefully you, as the spouse, are able to talk to him and help him connect how his actions are affecting his kids and a different way to do that. If somehow he's not going to listen to you, is there another coach? Is there maybe another friend in his life, or a sibling or a father in his life that he would listen to? That someone can kind of help guide him, because my guess is he wants to be a positive impact on his kids. He's not realizing how this is negatively affecting him. So I think that's really important. Now, that could be couples counseling if it goes beyond sports. If his anger is really going beyond into other areas, something's got to be going on, because if there's that much anger and that lack of connection between him and his kids, my hunch is something else is going on that's not being addressed, and that's what I would want to be addressed. So this is not an easy task for you as the spouse, but I think you're going to be the point person of how to reach him, and you probably know him better than anybody because you're his spouse. So I encourage you to lead the way and help him start understanding how his actions are affecting his kids and how he wants to affect his kids, how to approach it in a way that's more positive. So anyways, that's how I would approach it. Again, there's a lot of issues about this I don't know. There's probably a lot of layers I don't know. So if you have more questions, give me a call. If you have other questions you like answered here on Tips on Teens, you can email us at tipsonteens@teen therapycenter.com, or just direct messages right here on Facebook. We love to hear from you, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Have a good week. Bye-bye.